Alright, this should be fun. We've got some acoustic Incubus today, specifically Pardon Me for Rob Hawkins, Sebastian Y, and least but certainly not last, Kieran Howolder. As in, I'm 6.5. How old are you? But wait, this is a smorgasbord of chords, so I made a tab. I made it for me, but you might as well have it to follow along with. Go get it. It's free, RyanLStudios.com. Show notes, but the title, of course, is in super secret backwards code, so no ne'er-do-wells can horn in on our super secret information. The opposite of pardon me, of course, is, hey, I'm walking here. Also, Incubus did this several times to be seen on YouTube, and each time there were little tiny differences. I will post the link in the description to the one that I got this from. For the intro, take your ring finger and put it on A4. Your pointer finger goes on D2, and your pinky finger goes on G4. Pluck thusly, 8 plucks. A, D, G, D, that's the first 4. And then just up from the B string. B, G, D, A. A, D, G, D, B, G, D, A. Then take your ring finger off of the A string and pluck just the same. Repeat. Pluck the same string 8 times in a row if you like. But at the end of the second time through, you just give that whole nice thing a little strum. So here we go, without talking so I can do it. Which brings us to intro.B, the first chord for which is going to be C sharp suspended 2. He also put a G sharp in there, so it's C sharp suspended 2 with a G sharp in the bass, but I just wrote C sharp suspended 2 and then proceeded to abbreviate as C sharp now that we know what it is. Anyways, all the way across all the strings on the 4th fret, and then D6 and G6 as well, to A suspended 2. A with an open B string, right? However you want to do it, doesn't matter. Then C sharp, A, E, C sharp, A. Here's the cool one, C sharp. Kind of sounds like a Joan Jett riff or something, but it's an E power chord, that's the A string 7th fret. A B power chord, that's the E string 7th fret. And then we do this, it's going to be E5, A7, D9. Okay, here we go. C sharp, A, C sharp, A, E, C sharp, A, C sharp, and the thing. And now we're in the thick of it. There are 11 separate chords in the verse. I didn't even bother to name most of them because when are you ever going to play these chords again? I'm speaking for myself. Maybe you will many times. But I did name the familiar ones. Let's just go through them one by one, and then I'll play through the whole thing later. Here we go. The first one, D6 with your middle finger, G4 with your pointer finger, and B7 with your pinky finger. Generally here in the verse, a good rule of thumb is it's totally fine to have the ringy-outy open sloppy B and E strings where applicable ringing out as well. Here we go. Then add your ring finger to the A string 7th fret. This one's great. We got starting on the A string 6, 5, 6. 2 of those. Back to the awful shape, starting on the A string 4, 6, 8. And this version only, he used B major 7 in this position. He did it here. A2, D4, and G3. I think other times he did the awful shape down on the 2nd fret, but I like this, so I kept it here. Then the awful shape on the 5th fret of the A string. There's the sloppy open strings. Down 1 fret. Now it sounds like an Incubus song. To regular G sharp minor, 4, 6, 6. E major 7, you may know from Under the Bridge, starting on the A string, 7, 9, 8, 9. 2 of those. D sharp minor 7, starting on the A string, 6, 8, 6, 7. Down to a B power power chord on the A string 2nd fret with sloppy open B and E strings. And then A suspended 2. Alright, you have the tab. I'm going to do all that now. Follow along. Nice and slow. So triumphant when you get down to that easy chord. Into the chorus. The chorus starts on our fancy C sharp suspended 2 chord with the G sharp in the bass if you like, down to our B power chord with the open baby strings, and then A suspended 2, at which point you play an F sharp power chord. That's the E string 2nd fret. Strum that once, and then strum an E power chord. That's open 2-2, starting on the E string twice. And you do that again. So, here's our rhythm. Second time's the same. The third time starts with the C sharp, but the A and the B switch, and we don't do the F sharp shenanigans. Just hang. And the fourth time adds the F sharp. Into the post chorus, which is just the aforementioned G sharp minor and a regular E chord twice. We've got that whole big interlude where he's doing the intro thing again. And at the end of it, after the A string 4th fret one, at the very end, take your pinky fingers on the G string 4th fret. We want G6, and we're just going to pluck G, B, E, B before we go into the last chorus. And the outro is the same as our intro dot B, but in a slightly different order. C sharp, A, C sharp, A, E. Here's where it's different. C sharp, the thing. Then C sharp, A, and end it on E. That is how Incubus did it that time anyways. As I said, perusing the various ones, there were subtle differences, but he's one of those guys who's good enough where he can kind of on the fly, good enough, I'm Swedish, changed, chords that are interchangeable, but that's how he did it that time. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Kieran, thank you again. Goodbye.